Today we're going to be looking at phrasal verbs, and specifically phrasal verbs with take. We're going to look at my top 10 phrasal verbs that I think we use regularly. Now don't forget, we've got lots more lessons on phrasal verbs, so you can find some links at the end of this lesson to phrasal verbs with get and our top 10 phrasal verbs in English. For now, let's look at 10 phrasal verbs with take. Before we start the lesson, please do find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course Snapchat. So take is one of the most common verbs in the English language. It's no wonder we have so many phrasal verbs with take. At number 1, take after. This is a great phrasal verb and possibly my favourite of the 10. To take after somebody, it means that you are similar to them. You have similar characteristics, that you have inherited some characteristics, whether that's personality or physical appearance. We would take after usually our mother or father, or we could take after a grandparent or even an aunt or uncle. It's an older relative. So for example, I take after my grandmother. I look a little bit like her, and also we both like sweets and cakes. Not a great thing to take after. Next phrasal verb, take out. Now, take out can literally mean to have somebody with you, take them outside, but it's not just take outside, it's take them to a restaurant, the cinema. You usually take somebody out and pay for them. So, he took me out to the cinema. Nice. Take out can also mean remove or withdraw. So, for example, when you need money from a cash machine, ATM, you could say, I took out some money. Now, the other, more sinister, darker meaning of take out is something you won't hear very often, I hope. Only when you're watching perhaps a gangster movie. So, take out can actually mean to kill somebody. So if you're watching a mafia movie, they might say, we're going to take him out. Probably doesn't mean they're taking him to the cinema. More likely, they're going to kill him. Okay, let's move on to a nicer phrasal verb. Number 3, take in. This is lovely because it can actually mean to kind of welcome somebody into your home, literally bring them in. It could also mean to adopt, often with animals. So you might find a stray dog, meaning a dog without a home, and you could take him in, you could adopt him and welcome him and make him part of your family. That's a nice phrasal verb, much better than take out. Now take in, another meaning, can also refer to making your clothes smaller. So if you have baggy clothes, this is supposed to be loose, then you might ask your tailor or seamstress to take them in, to sew them so that they are smaller and fit better. Less common, but still useful to know. Now take up. Hopefully you already know this phrasal verb because it is so common. If you take something up, then it means you start a new hobby. That could be taking up football, taking up yoga, taking up learning English on YouTube. Pay attention there. After a preposition, so particularly in the case of phrasal verbs, you would often have a verb follow it. When you do take up learning, we have the gerund, okay? So after prepositions, you would have a gerund, the noun form of the verb. Now you could also take something up with somebody. That's a long one. That means that you are going to raise an issue or a concern with them. It might be that you are not getting paid enough at work, so you might say, I'm going to take it up with my boss. It being the fact that you don't think you get paid enough. Take it up with him. Number 5, take down. Now, this is not so much a phrasal verb, it's quite literal. So if you put something up on the wall, for example, a picture, let's put it up. If I want to remove it, I would take it down. Now the non-literal meaning of take down would be to win, to succeed over somebody. So in a fight, you might say that the boxer took him down. So it means to win, to battle and to win. Okay, number 6, to take to. Take to something or somebody. So if you take to something, it means that you are a natural at it. You enjoy what you are doing and you're good at it. So he took to his new job very quickly. Similarly, to take to a person, to take to somebody, means that you kind of almost instantly like them. I took to him really quickly means I started to like him from the beginning. Number 7, we're nearly there. To take over. This is a particularly useful phrasal verb when we are referring to business English as well. In a normal context, to take over means to control, to dominate. So if you're having a conversation in a group of friends, there might be one friend that dominates the conversation, that controls the topic of what everybody is talking about. In a business context, to take over can be used as a noun, a takeover, but can also mean the company took over another one. So they would buy that company and control it. It's their company then. Now, to take on. Take on could also be used in a business context. You can take somebody on, meaning that you hire them for your business, that you employ them. Take on can also mean to challenge somebody. Now, it's quite aggressive. So a good example might be with football. Manchester United took on Arsenal. So they challenged them to win the match. Now, taking on something implies that you are adding to the responsibility that you have. So I took on more work, meaning more work was my responsibility. I accepted it. Right, what have we got next? Let's have a look. We've got take off, a nice easy one. You should, if you've flown recently, know that take off means when a plane goes basically up in the air. We don't have take down as the opposite, we'd say land. No phrasal verb for that really. So you take off means to go up into the air. It can also refer to a company. Lots of these phrasal verbs have business meanings. So if a company is taking off, it means that it's doing exceptionally well. We often use this when we are talking about small companies, new companies taking off, suddenly doing exceptionally well, making a lot of money. Now, take off can also mean to remove, take off your shoes, take off your clothes. So that's nice and simple. But did you know it can also mean leave? Usually quite suddenly, unexpectedly, just leave. So it was the middle of the party and he just took off. Very strange. Okay, finally our last phrasal verb, to take back. Take back is a nice simple one to end with. To take back simply means to return something. It could be an item of clothing. I bought a top but it was too big, so I took it back to the shops. But it could also refer to something that you have said and regretted. So I told her she looked fat in that dress. Boyfriends, I hope you haven't done that. And I took it back. So I retracted what I had said. I regretted it very quickly. Okay, that brings us to the end of our phrasal verbs with take. There were a lot of them. Let's just recap. Take after, take out, take in, take up, take down, take to, take over, take on. I'm reading, you have to see. Take off, take back. There we go. So why not try and make some sentences with those phrasal verbs about yourself? This is the best way to learn. Go down in the comments box below on YouTube and type them there. We'll have a look, and if they're wrong, we'll let you know. Now, don't forget to subscribe to us on Love English. Subscribers are going crazy at the moment, so thank you very much to all of you that are already subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to take off. See ya!